Hi, this is Chrissy Incognito, and welcome to another episode of my channel. Now, you might be wondering why I'm incognito. This is my alter ego that can say things that I could not otherwise say unless I was incognito. So, thank you for returning. This is episode 3 entitled Michael 1. In order to understand more about this episode, please view the previous episode entitled Eric. Happy listening. So Eric kind of passed. Well, he didn't really pass. He stuck around for the next 11 years, right? But it's later the same year of Eric, and I started to date Michael. Now, Michael did not go to my school. He was from a neighboring town, but his friend, his best friend, started to go to our school because he became an orphan. And basically, the story that I got was his parents were bikers and they were sort of into the whole drug scene. At some point, maybe the mother tried to get out of the scene, divorced the father. The father either died of AIDS or a drug overdose, but the mother was infected. And then she eventually died of AIDS. So he had to come and live with an aunt who lived in my town. So they were both in a neighboring town. The best friend became an orphan, started to go to school in my town, and then Michael was hanging more in my town. So I remember the first time I ever met Michael and his best friend. And so I was with Eric. It was an eighth grade dance, and Eric, I went to the eighth grade dance, and then I snuck out of the eighth grade dance. So, he took me wherever he took me. I was probably playing defense, as indicated in the previous episodes. And I came back because now I had to go home. And it was probably maybe the last 15 minutes of the dance. And there Michael was with his best friend. And I'm like, who are these people? Now, they were like, if I was 14, maybe they were 14 or 15. And Michael was already like at 6'2". So to me, as a teenager, they're men, right? His best friend was probably like, I don't know, 5'9". And at this point, I'm like barely 5 feet. So these are like adults to me, in a sense. So I remember like thinking like I missed all the fun, meaning there's new guys in town and I'm with this old loser who's completely dragging me down. And I come back and there they are. And my friends had to fill me in, and they said, this is Michael, this is his best friend. And the only reason why I'm not using his name is because he has a name of an episode that's more significant to use that name. And when you start using similar names, it just gets completely confused. And so like a whirlwind just came in and went by. I came in from this horrible night of probably like trying to keep Eric off of me. And now there's two new guys in the scene that don't look like kids. They look like older teenagers, but they're really our age. And now my friends started to date these guys, and I just got left totally in the dust. But anyway, so he started circling through our crowd. And at some point, I broke up with Michael. I'm sorry, I broke up with Eric. And I was at a carnival with a bunch of my friends, and Michael happened to be there. He wasn't with his best friend, but he was with a bunch of other people. And I was there, my friends were there, he was there. I was single. I guess he was single. And we started to kind of talk. And you exchange numbers, or maybe you have numbers at that time, and then you're like, oh, call me. So we just started to hang out, and I remember feeling really excited. I was already broken up with Eric at this point, so it's not like it was a monkey bar relationship in which you hold on to one until you can grab to another. So I had already broken up, but it was like it was real refreshing to be around somebody my age that wasn't a crack addict who, was just completely bad news. So Michael and I started to date at some point, and we had a pretty good summer. I mean, through the eyes of a 16-year-old, but I don't remember what happened. We broke up and we kind of went our separate ways. And the way that we got back together was he was dirt biking and he was going through woods. And I guess he must have flipped over on the dirt bike and basically broke his